That's the truth. And most people don't want to be honest with themselves. I'm just going to be honest. They don't. They don't ever want to believe they're going to be homeless. They don't ever want to, like, it's just human nature. Do you ever want to believe that anybody you love and care about is going to be homeless or addicted or have mental health? No. You wish for a happy, healthy baby.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Vegas Faces podcast, where we talk to the people of Vegas about what it's like to live in the entertainment capital. We have a very unique and very different episode for you today. This is an episode that I've been asked about multiple times, and they all told me you've got to talk to this organization. And so to explain, we are at the Shine a Light Foundation headquarters right now. This is an organization that helps the homeless here in Las Vegas. And what makes this one very unique is that the homeless here in Las Vegas live underneath Las Vegas. Rob was telling us that there are 600 miles of tunnels underneath Las Vegas. There's a city underneath this city. And so Shine a Light Foundation helps these people whenever these people decide that they want to turn their life around. They contact Rob, who you're going to meet later in this episode. We're grateful enough to have him let us come with him into the tunnels. And Mom's in town, and she's our ride or die. And she's coming with us into the tunnels. And shout out to Gaia from the Vegas Creative Network. She's done some help in the tunnels before, and she's made a documentary about it. And so I'm super grateful, thankful, blessed to have these people around us to bring us into a place that I'm totally unfamiliar with. To be honest, you know, telling friends, family, Mary especially, she's literally, they're going, "What's wrong with you? Why are you going into the tunnels?" Oh, she called us how many times on the way?
3 times already.
You know, and it's like, you know, it's 8 in the morning here, and we're in early March. Today happened to be the coldest of days that we've had in a long time. It's barely 40 degrees right now, which for Vegas, you know, you might as well just shut it down. We're gonna take you through my thoughts as we go from headquarters into the tunnels. We're gonna do some footage of what it was like to be in the tunnels, and then we're going to interview Rob afterwards and really get into what Shine a Light does. We're very thankful to have an organization like Shine a Light. This is an issue that people don't really like to think about, talk about, but it's here. I mean, it's not in our backyard. It's underneath our backyard. Like it's underneath the whole city. And so I wanted to do this to really just let people know what Shine a Light does, how important they are. And for me personally, I wouldn't feel genuine if all I did for Vegas Faces was all the fun and glitz and glamour of Las Vegas, because just like any city, this city has real problems too. And this is how Vegas tackles their homeless problem. This is gonna be our most unique episode to date, and I'm just happy to have the people around us, the crew with us, to help make it happen. Everyone, this is Rob. He's going to take us into the tunnels today. He's the vice president of Shine a Light, and today my hope is to shine a light on Shine a Light, show everyone how important they are to the city of Las Vegas. And we're going to ask Rob a bunch of questions starting now, during, and after. And I really can't thank him enough for allowing us to be here with him today and to be our Sherpa inside of the tunnels here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. It's important work, so thank you. If you had to guess right now, how many homeless people live around this area, what would you say?
Somewhere in the 100?
About 100
range?
Yeah.
You said how many miles of tunnels?
About 600 and growing.
Wow.
Yeah. The tunnels are necessary, right? When I moved here in '99, the first video I saw was people on 15 on top of their cars because of the flooding. So it used to flood out. They built the tunnels obviously because the ground is so rock hard.
Well, I mean, it rained the past couple of days. Like I always, now after having met you, I now think of like, oh wow, like what all that water goes underground. Like the whole tunnel system was built for that, right?
Yeah.
These are drainage tunnels?
They're drainage tunnels to get the water out to the wetlands and then out to Lake Mead. But monsoon season is like August to December. Well, the issue is that it doesn't always rain every monsoon season, right? But when it does, small amounts of rain will flood out, right? And then you've got hotels that will drop their filtration systems and flood out. So you never really, you're almost lulled to sleep with it, right? It'll go so long without raining, and it'll be cloudy a couple days, cloudy, and then it lulls you to sleep. Wow. And then when the rain actually comes, and it'll flood everything out. And it could rain in the northwest of the city, not the southeast.
Yeah.
But it all comes out through, you know what I mean?
So the people in the tunnels have to know we have to get out for X amount of days until that water clears out?
When I was homeless,
it's not, you can't be in there with all that water, right? Like there's no such thing as...
I wouldn't recommend it, no. I heard this story one time about a guy who, and you hear that, he was blind. So his hearing was better, he said. Like when you lose certain senses, other senses become heightened. So it's very much like that with homelessness, right? Like I didn't have a phone. I wasn't watching TV, right? Obviously, like all these things that clutter my mind on a day-to-day basis had been removed. So living out here for so long, it was like primal.
Wow.
It was very what's next, and I was very much more aware of what was going on around me, and like I literally thought that I could feel barometric pressure.
Wow.
Like you can, right? When you walk outside, the air's a little thicker.
You're in tune with...
Yeah, you're much more heightened to it.
You were in the tunnels for how long, Rob?
2.5 years.
When you lived in the tunnels, there was no Shine a Light Foundation at the
I never
or anything near that, or anything that...
Nothing ever came to my tunnel.
No organization that
never
would help or anything. Wow.
No.
Is this a common thing in other cities, living in tunnels like that? Or is this unique to Vegas?
I think it's unique to Vegas. There's other, like, New York has subway train tunnels. There's other, I think Phoenix has like the Wash, but we have the most intricate system, I believe.
Wow. How do people know how to navigate once they're in there? Like, how do they know if I go left and then straight and then right, I can be out of the tunnel if I have to be?
So let me ask you this question. If your power went out at your house or your apartment right now, could you walk to your garage from your bedroom?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because I've walked
it's your area. That's the same thing. You start to learn your environment. You live there for a while. You start to get curious, start walking around. Like, I only volunteer at this tunnel, right? I never lived at this tunnel. I don't use a light when I'm in this tunnel. Just like anything else, you become used to your environment. They know that tunnel. They walked it every single day for years.
Yeah. How did they find the entry points? Like, how do they even know where to go?
I would say the most common story I hear is that they were on the surface and somebody introduced them to it, right? Like they didn't just show up one day and pitch a tent, which it does happen, but like for the most part, like I was invited to my tunnel. I knew somebody, I'd been homeless with him I had no idea he even lived in the tunnel. He just said, hey, why don't you come with me? Went down to his tunnel to hang out for a little bit. And I was like, hey, let me come down here. He's like, yeah, come on down. Because I knew them. It's very Lord of the Flies, right? Like everybody from the outside, you're like, but internally there's a lot of chaos too. So
for you personally, someone that lived there, how did it go from I'm going to hang out in the tunnel to I think I can just live here for X amount of years?
I mean, for me, it was I was on the surface for so long, and there was so much randomness that happened on the surface, right? Like, somebody would drive by and throw a bottle at you. The police are moving you every other day. Like, there was a lot of chaos. In the area that I lived in, there was a gang that was not too far from where we were at. They would come through periodically and cause chaos, and like, again, a lot of chaos on the surface because there was a lot more people on the surface, right? A lot of theft, a lot of this, and it was just like, it just got so exhausting after a while. And then I looked at that tunnel and I was like, man, this is like the same feeling I get when I go to my apartment right now. Like,
peace.
Because there was the illusion that there was a roof, right? And outside, even today, right, it's just windy. It's miserable because it's windy. It's not that cold, but that extra wind and all, you go underground, all that's eliminated, right? You don't have to deal with the sun. You don't have to, like, that direct sunlight. Like, so there's like these little benefits. And at that point, in my mind, I had already been homeless for 2.5 years. So the idea of being homeless was no big deal to me anymore. It was just those extra little things, and really it was like a physical representation of where I was at mentally. Like I was just sinking into dark places. You know what I mean?
Bathroom situation in the tunnels. Like, is there like a designated, like, this is where
every tunnel is different. Sometimes they have a tunnel they use. You're going to see tonight they have buckets. I mean, they get pretty creative, or they just walk outside and find a spot.
Wow. All right, so we're right behind Caesar's Palace.
So remember those pictures, because we're going to be under that. I can't remember what that one is, if it's not Jerry Seinfeld, but it's one of those characters. We're going to be right, so we're going to go under the freeway, go all that. This right here, that's the entrance right there. Goes all the way under, goes under the strip, comes up at the link in the parking lot. Then you can walk across the parking lot, and then it starts again, and then goes all the way out to the east side and breaks off into the wetlands.
Can you get into the casinos front? Like, are there entry points from
Not the
tunnel
casinos,
inside?
but the parking lots, yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to load one of these with sandwiches?
I'd love to.
I'll hand out sandwiches.
Zip pockets?
If you got anything like loot, like keys,
Okay.
put it. Anything that's not like in loose pockets,
You don't wanna
put it in
lose
zip
anything.
pockets. So if you're sitting down talking to people or something, you might drop it. I spent like 4 hours one day looking for one of our volunteers' keys.
How many of these should I bring, Rob? Just however much fits in these bags?
Whatever you can fill up.
Okay.
How is it for females down in the tunnels? Do they get harassed? Or do they get
Yeah, of
safe?
course. I think like it's very much like, again, primal, right? Like think about like the jungle in a sense, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm asking.
you tend to see females, they pair up, even with a man they don't want to be with necessarily, right?
Just to be safe.
Safety, right? You see dogs, you see like, there's once they accept help, we have our Wings program is a women-centric program because they deal with different things, right? Like they may have to use their body, they may have to,
Exactly.
so many different things.
Exactly.
So we have our Wings program, which is women-driven. It's all women,
Oh, wow.
and then trauma therapies and different things like, yes, to dive deep into some of that stuff. Men have similar experiences, no doubt,
Sure.
in different ways, but it's the same, right? Like I was walking down Las Vegas Boulevard. I was like, maybe I've been homeless 2-3 years at this point. It's dark, and there's a mortuary on the left, right? And it's like a layered parking lot. It's dark, I'm walking, no big deal, and I hear cling, cling, cling. I look to my left, and it's 3 guys that I know. They're having a sword fight. Like, I mean, blood, a whole 9 yards.
Real one.
I looked at it, and I just kept walking. It didn't even affect me anymore. I was so used to people, you know, bats and hatchets and knives and all the, you just, wow. But if you had told me that on day one, I would have been like, no way, right? It's just paper cuts. Like that trauma just gets like layered and layered, and like, it's like PTSD. You're just like, you're just numb, like you just don't feel it anymore. You know what I mean? You ready? So this used to be a very busy tunnel with lots of people.
Okay.
But then they had F1, the Raiders Stadium, the Las Vegas corridor now. It's illegal to be homeless, right?
Okay.
So they start to shuffle out. So there's still people here. These are like the veterans.
Yeah.
But it used to be a much bigger community.
So some entry points are more popular than others.
Well, they're easier, they're closer, right? Like there's a lot of variables to it. Like there's a lot of hustle right there, right? You can go into the casinos, you can panhandle a shop, whatever it is, right? These guys, from what I've seen, are more like panhandlers and, you know, copper and cans and.
Okay.
But they've also been out here for 10 years, 15 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, wow. All right, Maya, you gonna be okay? Don't fall, okay?
So Dave, here's what we're gonna do.
Yep. Here, hold my hand.
Can you go down there and catch her? I'll walk. Stay right there 1 second.
Okay.
Come down here.
I can go on my boat.
No, we got you. It's easy.
Okay.
If you can, I'll stand right here. I'll get her to here. You help her down.
Okay.
So come with me. We're just gonna walk to this corner to him. You're good.
Rock corner?
Yep. Go right to him, and you're gonna step out towards him. There
All
you
right.
go.
Maybe on this.
Okay.
Yep.
Good?
Yep.
Oh, I got it.
We're ready.
Well, yeah. I'm the only problem.
Shine a light. Shine a light. Anybody home? See how this wasn't here, but they start to build up. See the clouds come?
Okay.
She built this
Yeah.
because if it's not going to be a massive amount of rain, that'll defer it into a different tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
She'll stay dry. That's been there forever. He keeps building it higher and higher and higher.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to go down this one if you guys are ready. Yeah?
Ready. Come on.
Here, come on, we'll get you up and over. You good?
Careful, Mark. Careful.
You good? Of course. So think about, right? Every
Yeah.
tunnel is different.
Okay.
So this is Jay's tunnel.
Okay.
Jay, clean, super clean. You go one tunnel over,
Yeah.
nothing like this, right? And what I've started to notice over the years is that, like, what happens to us as individuals when we feel like we're losing control in our lives?
Yeah.
We tend to gravitate towards one thing we can control, right? For him, it's cleanliness, it's his cats, right? His roommate is an artist.
Wow.
His roommate is living on cardboard slab, barely surviving, right? But he can draw. So he draws these beautiful pieces. That's the thing he can control, right? So it's like it's a mental purpose, right? Something, this is something I can control, even though everything else is chaos, or I've accepted this, or whatever it is. Everybody has it. If you look close enough, you'll find it. Even like the people that are, their camps are messy or whatever it is.
When you say this is Jay's tunnel, what do you, like?
We call it Jay's tunnel.
Okay.
He's the only one that lives here with his roommate, Dave. Jay,
Yep.
I got some friends with me, like they're local people, my friends.
Yeah.
She's got a camera. Come on, guys, you're good.
All right.
Well, it's freezing outside.
He
It
said
is
not to
fucking
film
cold.
faces.
I've been outside for like the last too long. Just a shirt on, t-shirt on. I'm not warm. My hands are frozen. And then so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't warm, that's for sure.
I'll tell you that. I've been like out all night. It's not warm.
I thought for sure you're gonna be snuggled up. I could jump in bed with you. So Dave,
Hi.
this is my buddy Jay.
Thanks for having us today.
Hey, no problem.
You wanna give him some sandwiches?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well.
I just look at you.
One? How many?
Yeah.
The other night, not last night, right?
Oh, yes, give some. There's a couple.
And this is comical. Is I go there and this lady comes up wearing like designer clothes with no shoes. I says, "Can I sit down next to you?" I'm like, "Sure." She sits down and starts yelling. Oh yeah, catch her wild. Starts yelling at the people walking by to call the police. Like she doesn't want me to leave. And when I come back, she's always up there waiting for me. And I don't know why she's scared of people like that. Rue has become brave. Now she like comes up on the bed. And if you put your hand down, she'll come up and smell your hand, and then let you have it. Get up. So then the guy that cleans the bridge comes and stops in front of us. I'm like, I'm good. I walk down the other end and sit down. She follows me.
Oh wow.
And then she's got a penny in her hand, demanding that people give her money because she's an American citizen. Her family's been here since 1642 or something. I'm like, what the? Somebody gives her a $20 bill, and they give her a $100 bill. She's like, I get what I need, and leave. So I'm like, Yeah. I mean, unbelievable. Like, you can't make that shit up. You tell people the stories there, I think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jay, what was it like these past few days with the rain?
Well, it hasn't. We got lucky. It didn't flood. I mean, typically, when the ground's wet, we get like 30 minutes it rains.
Yeah.
Or it floods rather. But what's odd is recently, it's like when it rains, sometimes it'll flood like down towards Cambridge and Swenson. It'll flood down there, but not here, which is odd. And for some reason, whenever it floods now,
Yeah.
like I said, when the ground's wet, you got 30 minutes, and you don't have water going through it. The dam that I have there will stop a majority of the water, but you're still gonna have like a half-inch of water going through it. And then this grate and the next grate are like just brutal. So the water comes through this grate here, whole side of the 15, and the plaza on the other side of the street over there, drain into this grate, and the other one's on the highway. And when I say it's loud, you can hear the water coming through this grate clearly outside. It's so loud. I mean, it puts, this tunnel like floods first always, last one to dry, first one to flood. So hottest to coldest. Yeah, and supposedly I've heard this from 3 or 4 people. There's some hidden button or something, their door opens in that tunnel, and you come out in the kitchen at Harris. I don't know if I've heard it from 4 separate people, 3 or 4 separate people. I have never tried to find find that button or whatnot. Like I've never gone all the way to Bellagio there. I know people who have. Scared of everybody, and like it's funny is like when I come in, she follows me out, and she doesn't want to she doesn't want me to leave. And when I come back, she's always up there waiting for me. And I don't know why she's scared of people like that. Rue has become brave. Now she like comes up on the bed, and if you put your hand down, she'll come out and smell your hand, and then let you pat her. But before, they would both hide all the time, and
They're feral.
I don't know why that is. One time I was there, and I get time served, and then usually you get out early. I remember out there, it's like 12:30 at night. Mind you, you get time served at 8:30 a.m. or whatever. And they hold me 3 more days. And I question my release time. They say they have no control over my release time. And I'm like, well, what about the judge? And they're like, no. I'm like, how does your court system work? Because like, I don't get that. And then they bring me from like the pod down and give me my clothes, and then make me give my clothes back and bring me back to the pod 5 or 6 separate times. Like now, what's the point of that? And I question my release time. They're starting me one more time. I don't get that. Like I mean, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand here. Like as far as how laws or statutes or whatever work, it's hard to keep up with them. Like as far as what the new ones are, you know. They've been here actually the last 2 days, and what's messed up is Holy Smokes was here on Wednesday, and who is that? Like, we're fine, they're not going to come in here. But, like what? I have no idea. Like, I mean, and this year is like a Jerry Springer show, maybe.
Who is that?
I don't even know.
Karen?
Yeah, I don't know about that either. Extremely contagious.
Right.
And no shelter will take them.
Right, because the other animals will get sick.
Yeah, and I haven't talked to them for now. I haven't talked to them last. They only come. The people I talk to only come like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I tried to catch them last week, but I didn't catch them. And I don't beat them or anything, you know.
They're fair because they've been born outside.
Jay, we're gonna put a camera and see what's really going on
here.
Yeah,
right. I know.
We
Jay, if you could live anywhere outside of here, where would you go?
I have, I don't even know how to describe this, but no material objects have any value whatsoever any longer. I've had my stuff bulldozed or stolen so many times that it has no value to me, any material objects. I have money in the bank. I get money every month. And I just had my ID, and now I gotta get my ID again because my paper ID is expired, so my laminated ID went to the Foundation for Recovery. I was in the hospital for like 10 days. And I didn't go to the class, so I missed a class here. You have to go to our class once a week. So that got canceled. So my ID went back to DMV. And then now there's a wait to get in there to put your name. I should have put my name on the list. But like, if I was to get my Social Security card, I would just give the money away. I give everything away. It's like terrible. I have no interest in anything. And like, I have like a 14-year-old daughter I haven't seen in 13 years. And that's like disturbing to me because like where do you go from there? I don't care about going to jail. It means nothing to me.
Because you've been.
Money like means nothing. Like, and mind you, I pick up cans and balls and stuff to make money, but I'm like not suicidal or anything. But I just don't really have any interest in anything. I was very successful in the automotive industry for years, and I could go back to working in the automotive industry for sure. I mean, I could get a job at any dealership. I know I can. I mean, it's just I have a recommendation from Honda Motor Cars, from the other 2 stores I worked at, and I just don't have any
Interest.
and that's horrible. Mind you, like look at like how I'm living. Like that's not normal. And I mean, I should buy a house and rent it out for 6 months and put it on the market. What I should do. I mean, that's like would be smart. And but see, I don't even mean nothing. And I would use like when I say like I don't care. I'd get my social security card or something and get a cab, so you know, maybe a Porsche dealership or a Lamborghini dealership and buy a car and 4-wheel it up in the wash or something.
You're all snuggled up like a snow bunny?
You okay?
How you doing?
Hey, you okay?
No complaints, no complaints. So Dave is,
Hi.
this is Dave.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dave, Mom, Dave. Dave is the artist.
Wow. Wow.
So Dave, this is a little story. Dave gave me a piece that's in my office.
I love
Now
that.
another piece went to Julie.
Yeah.
Julie took the piece, showed it to somebody. At our gala, we're now going to sell his artwork for him.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a talent.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Wow.
So what do you rock?
Oh, just hanging out on a balmy, cold Friday afternoon. Come to check in on you.
All right.
So what are you working on for us for the gala? Nothing? Checks out.
Wow, my friends are good.
You got you need pens?
Yeah.
What kind of pens?
Bring me some, but she didn't.
What kind of pens?
Sure.
Just Sharpies?
Yeah.
I got a Sharpie for you, David, about 3 yesterday.
Huh?
I got 2 spine-bone Sharpies yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Target, they finally got them.
Oh.
How long you been drawing, Dave? That's pretty good.
I'll do stuff like this. Since 15. But since I was a kid.
We're all slightly dead. That's a fact.
Are you cold? Do you get used to the temperature swings? How does it feel? Yeah?
Sit with him, like just
Okay.
get eyeball with him.
How's the last few days been? Just because it's been windy, rainy, cold.
Not too bad.
Do you feel wind down here?
Yesterday was kind of weird, yeah. When I went out, it was fairly warm. Then when I came back, it was windy and cold.
Yeah.
Do you go outside much?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, good. Okay. Where do you like to go when you go outside?
Over to the mall, watch anime.
What do you do how do you raise money? Like what, you sell your art?
Yeah.
Where do you go to sell it?
I haven't anymore since 2020 when they arrested me for running a business without a license.
Oh, Jesus. So what do you do for money now?
Not much. Usually just eat off my food stamps.
Nice. When are you going to come by the office?
I have no idea. Better be soon though.
Yeah, I got a haircut. Get you some clothes. Come hang out.
Come and hang out.
Yeah, why not?
Do you have a smoking room?
You know, we got a smoke area.
Oh, I know.
They got, I told you on Saturdays to do recovery band camp. Recovery band camp. It's like just a bunch of musicians hanging out
Oh yeah?
from 3 to 5. You're more than welcome. You play, right?
No.
No, you don't play?
No, I just worked in clubs since the 70s.
Wow.
In Chicago and San Francisco.
Yeah, come hang out with a bunch of rock dudes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep walking, Dave.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. You guys have a great day.
You too.
So I think we talked about this earlier, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
you look at somebody living like this and you think to yourself, right, your first reaction as a healthy human being is, of course they should come with us. Of course they should come.
Yeah.
This is horrible, right?
Yeah.
If I walked up to you right now and I said, listen, nice life, Mom, I love the hat, everything looks great, leave everything you know and come with me right now.
Would you do that? That's what you're asking.
Right.
You know,
Out of the comfort zone.
I'll show you how to live a life that's 100 times better than one you're living. Could you come with me right now? Leave everything.
I don't know.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing
It's a
out
big
here.
uncertainty. The same thing. There's comfort. They have
Yeah, it's
comfort
comforting.
zone.
Your world becomes so small. When you when you take away all the things.
Yeah.
I can't exist today without Google Calendar, right?
Yeah.
If my Netflix isn't working, it feels like a crisis to me, right?
100%.
Like, I'm just being honest, right?
100%, yeah.
So
but not for
out
that.
here, the world has become so small. I was homeless. I hadn't slept in a bed in 5 years. Hadn't used a phone in 5 years. Hadn't eaten 3 hot meals in 5 years. Hadn't showered in 5 years. I mean, the list goes on. It's everything that I do today, normally that I completely don't even think about, gone. Because what happens in life is when you remove hope, you don't think about the future. Why do you plan a vacation? Because you believe you could save the money, you can actually go. There's hope. When you're out here, there's no hope. It's primal. What's next? It's literally you wake up and then you're just like, what do I have to do right now?
Yeah, wow.
And you're not super motivated. It's survivalistic, right? It's just, okay, I need food
Get
because
through
my
the day.
stomach's hurt. Okay, it's raining, I'm gonna do it.
Without Shine a Light organization, you got out of here and you've got a good head on your shoulders
I'm
now.
a graduate of Shine.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, like how did you take that leap of faith?
Well, after I got attacked, I was in the hospital.
Okay.
While I was in the hospital, our director, I knew him personally from before. He came to the hospital. He just said, hey, listen, I have a scholarship for you in treatment if you want to go. And that was it. And willingness for me was just, okay. Like for me, I knew I had been attacked, right? I was 120 pounds, I had 4 teeth, like I had a broken jaw. I mean, I was messed up.
From just a fight and
Oh, I got attacked. I got attacked by 3 people. They hit me with they had a hatchet, a pipe, and a knife. They tried to kill me.
why?
Who knows, right? Who really knows? So long story short, I was, the ways that I survived were like dumpster diving, crimes of opportunity. Like I was a hustler, just like I am now in recovery. I was out there. I was the guy that you said you needed a bike tire, I'd go find it. You know what I mean? Like I knew everybody out there. This day, I'm going through dumpsters, I find a suitcase. There must have been an eviction. It was somebody's property. Like, it was so weird to me. It was necklaces, phones, computers. It was like, I hit the mother lode, right? I was like, oh my God. So I grabbed it, I put it on my bike, I pedaled back to my neighborhood, and in my neighborhood, the Cubans ran the area. They had all the drugs. And then, but I would always go to them when I scored something and give them something because they were always watching out for me. Because I was always up to some stupid shit, right? I think I flashed too much, I don't know. I go to my tunnel afterwards, and along my tunnel was train tracks. These same train tracks just further up. And there was 4 businesses. So I leave my tunnel with all that stuff, I go to the 4th business, I drop it off. He's like, this is a lot of stuff, I gotta charge it, I gotta see if it all works. I said, okay, no problem. I leave, I come back an hour later, it's dark, and there's 3 guys waiting for me. They were homeless too. We kind of had like the same hustles, and I had a lot of animosity with them over the years. And leading up to this, for like the last 6 months, I had this overwhelming feeling like something bad was going to happen, right? And I think that's because like inherently I knew I was a good person. I was doing a lot of things that were not good, but I knew it. So like that friction started to like, I started to have this like I was moving all the time. Like I was in a lot of paranoia, right? Well, that day comes, they're there, and I'm an addict, right? On the other side of them is what I need to get my next fix. So I went, right? I didn't go because I'm like brave and tough and all that, right? Like I go, they attack me, hit me in the head with the hatchet a couple times, hit me with the pipe, stabbed me in my leg. They broke my jaw, lacerated my liver, dragged me onto the train tracks and left me for dead. Well, the first business was an overnight security guard that I had built a relationship with over the years. And he would feed me, sometimes we'd get high together, whatever. I had no idea he was even there. He calls the cops, the ambulance, all that. They come, they drag me off the train tracks. They revive me with the paddles. I wake up. I think I'm fighting for my life still. I got a knife sticking out of my leg, blood, everything. I've got swelling of the brain, and the train's coming.
Wow.
So it's loud. I got these guys I don't know standing over me. They hit me with a shot of morphine. I died again. I woke up 3 days later in the hospital on life support, all the things going on. I got a nurse yelling at me. The nurse is trying to calm me down because I still think I'm fighting for my life. I felt a hand touch my forehead, and I heard the words calm down, right? So God came to me through a shot of morphine on life support. Like I felt the presence in that room of something really peaceful and powerful, and I said, whew. Wow. And while I was in that hospital, they couldn't wire my jaw shut because of the swelling of the brain. They thought I was going to throw up and choke on it. So I couldn't walk, couldn't talk. My cognitive was off. You'd ask me a question, I'd answer it 5 minutes later, and for me it was in real time. And my memory, I would never recommend getting hit in the head with a hatchet and a pipe, but if you're new in recovery, it's great because any fear, guilt, shame, anything I had, I'd forget about it.
Wow.
I couldn't, you know what I mean? You'd tell me something and it was like you were talking to a wall. I couldn't, you know, it just wasn't there. But he showed up, maybe I was 3 weeks into it, and he's like, hey, listen, I got a scholarship for you. I said, okay. I knew, my willingness in that moment was not to go off and do all those things, right? My willingness was okay, I know if I go back to what I'm doing, I'm gonna die. They're gonna kill me, or I'm just gonna die because I'm so fragile and broken down. So I'll go do this. And that was it. It wasn't like he didn't lay out everything I was gonna have to do for the next 7 years, right? I would have ran. You know what I mean? He just said, what's the next step? And that was it.
Wow.
Jerry Seinfeld, that's who it was.
Yeah?
Somebody came down here, lit a fire, killed 3 cats. It's just crazy.
Jeez.
Each one has its own personality.
Does it ever get so high with
I showed
water?
you that video. Yeah.
But from wow.
That's from rain, not from. So let me see here.
These tunnels are full all the way with water.
No, I would
at
say
times?
here.
Halfway. Still a lot. Wow.
So that video I showed you,
Yeah.
last monsoon season, not this one, the year before. It starts raining on a Thursday. I get a call on a Friday from the news. They want to do an interview. They only want to do interviews when it's raining. So we're up in the parking lot. I'm doing an interview. He's right where you're at, but he keeps looking over my shoulder. And there was some action behind us, right? The water was about this high. So interview's over, I turn around. 2 of our friends are on the same side as our cars, and they've got all these wires, all this random stuff, right? And I didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
I turn around and they're tying it all together. There's a third one of our friends on the other side of the fence. They're tying it to him. He jumps in with the rope. It snaps right away. He goes in. So we had already called the special programs unit. They come out with the fire trucks and they get him out. He wasn't in the water for long. But we find out there's a couple in that far tunnel. They had fallen asleep. They wake up, it's raining. They said, oh, it's not coming up too high, we're gonna stay. So, but the debris, that's what the problem is. The debris came down and knocked them off their bed. Wow. They spent 35, 36 hours in the water holding on to a pipe. So I come back Sunday, I've been back 4 or 5 times. I come back Sunday, the water's coming down. It's like this, but deeper, like pockets all over. I'm doing another interview. Now this time the guy, the way he looks over my shoulder it's visceral. Something is different. Middle of the interview, I stop, I turn around, and it's the girl coming out. She looks like she's coming out of a blender. Hasn't drank, eaten in 2-3 days, like just completely destroyed. She's like stumbling out with no shoes. I go, hey, where's your Andy? Her name's Andy. Well, where's a boxer? She goes, he's still in there. I go, oh shit. So I climb around the fence and I jump down into a patch of dry land. And I'm looking in, I'm like, boxer. And he comes stumbling out. He's got a piece of bone sticking out of his leg like this. And he's just trying to get out. We got him to dry land, call an ambulance. The ambulance comes, they're on that pocket where we were first coming down.
Yeah.
Well, we had to walk all the way around, we got a scoop stretcher, like the ones that split, roll them onto it, and then we carry them out.
God, wow.
So it's debris. You hear about drownings, but yes, they drowned, but why did they drown? Because of all this. They come up to a grate, and then it's just...
God, yeah.
This is
Definitely makes me. Guy was telling me, or you told me too. Saturdays at 7, Saturdays at whatever time it is. You run groups and things like that. Is that like anyone shows up on any Saturday and just wants to help
We're a
out?
community project, right? So it's very important to get everybody in the community involved. So
Okay.
it's open to everybody. We get emails, calls, everybody, partners, anybody. Luckily now we're at a point where I think a lot of people in the community know that we're here.
Yeah.
So they're constantly reaching out, and it's important, right? Like, it can't just be us or them. It's got to be everybody. Community issues, community answers, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of times too, like, it's different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, all of us are guilty in our lives of like just doing what we know.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Comfort is a great place to, but we don't grow there, right? Like, things don't change. Paul was doing it a certain way, then I came on board, and together we grew it differently, right? And obviously as we've grown, more and more people have gotten involved, and it's like they take ownership of it.
Yeah.
All of our leads are people that reached out, started showing up, and now it became their passion, right? And their perspective is different and beautiful, and it just adds depth and all these different connections. Like, when you're doing outreach, as long as I've been doing this, you'll see, if you ever come out with this, you'll see it.
Yeah.
I'll start talking to somebody, and if I feel like they're clicking with her and not me, I'll walk away. She's doing her thing, they're connected, let me get out of the way.
Yeah.
It's not about my ego, right? Or I've been here longer, none of that, right? Like, why do I walk into a room and I'm drawn to certain people and not others, and no one said anything? Why am I just connect with certain people. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't even try to question it. But if they're connecting with somebody else, that's why it's important to have a wide variety of people, experiences. Because I don't know, maybe they see something in you that reminds them of their uncle that was nice to them, or maybe some lady gave them $1. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. It's not my business to even worry about. Just let it happen. And the more people that come out, right? Kindness is a universal language.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that they frown upon. They treat it with disrespect. They go, oh, they did that to themselves. Oh, maybe they shouldn't have started with the drugs in the first place. Like, it's a very easy way to think, to dismiss yourself from all the tragedies that come with this lifestyle. So what do you say to people like that who just are very quick to dismiss, or very quick to just say, those are crazy people, stay away. Those are drug addicts, stay away. They must be criminals, stay away. How do you...
Yeah, I would say that for me, it's always been how we treat people in crisis is an indication of who we are, not of them. How we treat people less fortunate than us, or they're in bad situations, tells us who we are, right? Not who they are. Yeah. There's a million reasons why people end up here. We live in a country where 7 out of 10 people live paycheck to paycheck. That means 70% of our population lives one critical event away from being homeless. It could happen to anybody. Nobody out here was sitting around the Christmas tree as a little kid going, I can't wait till I'm living under casinos. I can't wait till I'm homeless. I can't wait till I've experienced traumas. I can't wait, right? But it happened. That's the reality of it. I think the judgment is a lack of empathy and understanding for the situation that we all live in, right? And this is our community. How we treat them is indication of us, right? We need to have a clear-cut message across the board. An old man that comes to our building, right? Came to our building for 4 months straight. Now, you've been around me a lot. I like to joke around. I'm a little sarcastic. I grew up back east. I like to joke, right? But that's my way of connecting with people, right? So he's in our office. He will not. This guy talks. I mean, 1,000 words an hour, right? But he's charging his phone, and now he's coming every day to charge his phone. He's there for 8 hours. All good, right? No big deal. That's why we're there, right? You can't argue with what you see, right? So it's in reach. come to our building and hang out. You'll be around us,
Yeah.
right? Whatever. There's 1,000,001 ways to chop at wood at a human being, right? So to connect. But he's talking so much, and every time he sees me, he wants to have an hour-long conversation. So I built a rapport with him. I started to joke with him. So finally one day I go up to him, I say, listen, here's the deal. I love you. You're welcome here anytime. But with me, you get 200 words a day. I said, I can't do this anymore, dog. I got too much going on, right? And he's joking me, oh, f you, yeah, we're joking. But it's laugh, right? But I watch him, right? After that, I watch him. He starts to help clean up. He starts to do little things. Now the other community service workers are there, and he's hanging out with them. He's joking with them. They're playing arcade games, right? I see it. I just see it. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do with me, right? That's the community. For me, that's God. That's all these things happening together, right?
Yeah.
That made him feel welcome. A guy that sleeps under the bridge, an ornery old man who's been homeless for a long time, who doesn't feel any love, has now coming here to charge his phone, hang out. He knows where the socks are. He knows where the food is. Other homeless people come in. He's helping them, right?
Yep.
One day he disappears. We get a call 2 months later. He's bitching and moaning because he accepted help through a different program. He's going to work, and he's old, and his knees hurt, and you know, just who his character, right? That's a win for us.
I was actually happy and a little relieved to hear that they do go out and get some sunlight. Like I was really like worried that like some of these people just stay here and don't get any fresh air. They don't get any sunlight.
Well, think about this, right? They have to go out to hustle.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also, when you go out, you're risking, right? Could be
Okay.
a cop out there. Could be, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
someone's gonna steal your stuff. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they're paired up.
So it feels safe here.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Honey, I'm home.
Guy, you doing good?
What's that?
Shout out Gaia from Vegas Creative Network. Seriously, seriously. You have a very calming aura to you, and I was very nervous about doing this today. But I was like, okay, at least Gaia's gonna be there. We're gonna be
Been
okay.
through it, and she came out.
We're gonna be okay. Well, I mean, she didn't live in the tub, but like she has been here before to help.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm
So
just,
she understood what we're going to.
but
Skull fuck.
yeah, you always
There
calm me
go.
down whenever I'm nervous. and
This is
anxious.
you, DCM.
Wow.
That's cool.
How long did that take you, Dave?
A couple of days.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
That would take me months, and I still wouldn't be anywhere near where that is.
Yeah, that's
You're very
what I
talented.
wanted for because he signed it.
Because of that,
I mean, like, it's really key to understand that this is like literally
Just a tiny
tiny
sliver.
fraction. So, like, if you came
Yeah.
out with a team on a Saturday,
600 miles? I can't imagine.
Yeah.
600 freaking miles. Because the whole city is how many miles from east to west or north to south? Like,
Oh, I have no idea.
So would you just like pick a certain spot and that was your home base, or would you end up in like the complete opposite end of town?
No. So I was sober before, so I knew a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
When I relapsed, I went to the historical West Side.
Okay.
I went by Catholic Charities down that way
Yeah.
to get away from everybody. And then it kind of like progressed. I went up to the rescue mission. I was in the Moulin Rouge for a while. And then the day came and I stayed in my tunnel. Like I had one spot, that was it.
Yeah.
I probably spent
Wow.
8 or 9 years of my life incarcerated, so.
Wow. Always for drugs?
Yeah, I went to prison when I was young. I got certified as an adult at 17, so I was in prison for 3 years, and then I did, county time, like year, 8
God.
months, 6 months, a whole bunch of 14 days, 10 days.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Like you said, life is hard to begin with,
Yeah.
and then you add all the extra stuff onto it.
Think about something in your life, right? Like think about the gym. I made a commitment to myself last year I was going to go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
Meant it. I meant it.
Yeah, sure,
Started
yeah.
eating healthy, started doing these things.
Yeah.
I went like 2 or 3 times and then, appointment, whatever.
Sure, and then it slips, you
I
get
look
sick.
back and I go, wait a minute, it's been 7 months. Homelessness is the same exact thing. Same exact thing. Last chance tattoo shop. God came through a psychic, a hatchet, a shot of morphine, and a shop
And that
tattoo.
ain't going to do it, nothing will.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God.
Comes how it comes.
It's just very eye-opening, enlightening, shift of perspective,
Yeah.
all of it. grateful, thankful.
It's definitely opened your eyes to like the full scope of the city.
Very eye-opening.
Yeah.
You see people like this on the street because they come to the streets, as they told us, and then they sleep in the tunnels. But you don't think about them, you just see them and keep going. And each one has a real specific story for themselves, where they came from, why they're there, how this happened to them. And some of them just have given up and don't think they ever can get away from it. This is how it's supposed to be for them. It's sad.
It's sad because
They're talented.
They're talented, nice people. Life is hard for someone who is healthy, who is successful. Life is still hard. But then you tack on all the negativity, mental health, addiction, etc. And then on top of that, society
Frowns on
just
you.
not just frowns upon, but
Yes.
disrespects, spits on, so it's like all that negativity, all that kind of negativity is just to where you're literally living underground going, I have zero hope. Like this is it for me. So I don't know what the words are to describe like what we just experienced.
Well, from one of them told us how he feels stripped of any hope. He doesn't care anymore. Nothing. He doesn't feel good about anything, including himself. And that just makes you sad.
Yeah, you get, especially coming from anyone who has any ounce of ambition, wants to make something of their life. It's sad when you see people that don't, and especially when you know that they could. It's just life has just kicked them so far down to where they've literally ended up in a tunnel by choice. And so I don't know. If anything, it makes me thankful and grateful. And it also makes me want to like come back again with Rob and with Shine a
Check up
Light.
on them. Yeah, make sure they're okay.
Just like,
they're human beings after all.
What Shine a Light does is a very powerful thing. It's a very touching thing, and I think more people need to know about it.
Yes, and we need to help these people and just visit them. Don't have to give them anything, just company. 10-minute conversation means the world to them.
Yeah.
It brings their hope up.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like so easy to just spark up a conversation. It's like they're like willing to talk to you.
They're smart. They're intelligent people.
It's so easy to just lump them in a box, just call it homeless,
it a day. Yeah.
and then just write them off. But yeah, it was a very human experience today.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing to Vegas Faces on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok under the name Gavri Group. That's Gavri Group. Thanks, everybody. See you at the next episode.